Cleanse this out. Cleanse this beach out. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and do a collective reading. If you are watching collective readings, use your discernment. Bring your intuition. Not all readings will be for a specific individual, but there could be a specific message in all readings for an individual, if that makes sense. Energy is fluid, so if I am reading this today in August, it could resonate for somebody somewhere else at a later date. At a later date. We hold both masculine and feminine energies. So if I'm saying he or she, you can flip the roles to make it fit a little smoother, but do not ever force anything. Do not ever force anything in your life, including tarot collective readings. Like I said, use your intuition. You do not want to manifest any situation that is not for you into your life. 1111. You are seeing 1111. Figure out what the message is there. There is an individual that can't access the collective. Somebody who is using injection drugs. So those two cards flew out while I was getting ready. I'm going to go ahead and leave those up there, and we will talk first about the dream I had. Oh, what's in my hand? Something in my hair. Probably an ash from the sage. Oh, it's my silver. Back to my dream. So last night I had a pretty vivid dream again. And I am being guided to share my dream. In this dream, I was at a location, a family event. I was standing at a railing, and during this family event, watching, I can't even tell you what we were watching, but there was lots of families there. And I started to get this nudge while I was there. There was suspicious individuals at this event that made me feel uneasy. So I kind of nudged my husband, who was standing next to me in the dream, and I said I wanted to leave. I needed to get out of here. We needed to get out of here. So we did. Not minutes later, after we left, a devastating occurrence happened to where there was an active shooter type scenario happening. So I tell you, collective, my collective, those that support me, that watch, those that need to hear the message, if you are feeling uneasy about a situation, about an invite, about going a place, pay attention to what you're feeling and how you're feeling. If you don't want to go, don't go. If something is telling you not to go, don't go. If you are being delayed in any certain way, you forgot your keys, you forgot the paperwork, you forgot the tickets, anything like that, take it as protection. Steady your breath and listen to the guidance that's coming in. You never know whether your angels, your guardian angels, are trying to save you from a situation that could occur. So, Don't put yourself in a predicament. Don't stay in a predicament that you're uncomfortable at. And that is the message from my dream. So I'll go ahead and get on with the reading. Where's my phone? Get the music going. First song. I'm gonna go here. I can do it with a broken heart. Taylor Swift. Alright, where are we going to start today? Let's start here, since I already have them in my hand. There is a reset happening. During resets, you will see 000. Well, for me, I see 000 on the backs of license plates on forgetting passwords that I've known for years. Just different little things that are happening around sequence of events. Like I said the other day, the sequence of events will show you that there is going to be a reset, a cleansing of an area, I was going to say. A cleansing of an energy. A big thunderstorm. An event. A chaotic event that closes a chapter. Like my dream. A reset is going to happen. An ending is going to happen. Spirit says Jenga. How many... You guys have all played the game of Jenga. How many blocks can you pull playing against the chosen ones? How many blocks can you pull in the Jenga before the tower falls? Before the reset happens? When the tower falls, the Jenga tower, all the pieces go everywhere, and you're left with just the rubble. You're left with just brokenness. What will you do in your reset? All the pieces of me shatter. All the pieces of a life shatter. Somebody is going to snitch on a situation. Somebody is going to just be real about a situation. There is a prophecy coming true. A prediction. Something that was said was going to happen. Something in dreams. And something about your neighbor. So you know you gotta do it with a broken heart. Is that the right way? We'll find out. Let's get some tarot. There is somebody going to feel like they are discouraged, lack of faith when the tower hits, when the Jenga tower falls, when the reset happens, when your life is left in shambles, when life as you know it has crumbled. Star in reverse. Lack of faith. But they don't see what's coming. The collector doesn't see what coming is. What expansion, a reset, a unaliving, a death will bring. The Tower falling could possibly bring the Ten of Cups. I hear voices all the time. Chris Young voices. Okay, hold on. We got a lot here. So there is an individual, a king of king, could be talking about a king, a queen of pentacles. So this person is nurturing. They are practical. They're caring. They're understanding. They're the type that is going to say, "Why is this happening to me?" And they're not going to understand it. The movement. There is a death. There is movement for an ending, and an ending that will cause a transmutation of energy, an ending that needs to happen so that energy can change, so a situation can change for a Queen of Pentacles. For new life to begin. You cannot continue to build on a broken foundation, on lies, because even if you do continue to build on broken foundation, the more you put on, the more has to come down, the more has to break, right? The more has to come apart, and nobody wants that. Somebody's going to feel hopeless. Whether this is the party that is meant to have a new after the Tower, or this is the power, the person in power who doesn't understand why they can't be used. Knocking on heaven's door, Bob Dylan. Getting dark, too dark to see. Somebody can no longer something is going to happen today. Present energy, like I said, energy is fluid. If I'm talking about this in August and this is resonating for somebody at a later date, the later date today will be present for you. Legal, there is something legally happening. Today something happens that long black cloud is coming down. My dog is howling. She doesn't ever howl. Let's get a little more. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Hopefully we are not talking about this, where going to pass away soon. Today, somebody passes away, and police, legal, law will have to be involved. Somebody is salty in a situation. Someone is suffering in silence because of a love affair. Two-faced, exhausted, isolation, distance, all things that would cause an individual to start injecting drugs. Recently, my past reading, I was talking about a hot shot. Somebody who gave a hot shot to an individual, put poison into their drugs, and there will be questions. They'll bring questions. Somebody will snitch on a situation. Just get a little further in this. Message in the music. There is a message for somebody in the music. Just like I use my music to hear the lyrics while I am doing a collective reading for you. Maybe he or she will notice now that we're gone. We are having death knocking on heaven's door. Somebody is going through an ending. Somebody is going through an ending. Fire destroys. We could be talking about a fire sign, but we could also be talking about rage. Fire, hot, heat, rage, emotional reaction. The injection, the hot shot, whatever the tower may be, it was an emotional situation somebody lost their battle to. Prove them wrong in reverse. Letting the enemy win. Joining in. Somebody is too tired to fight anymore. I think those two cards are self-explanatory. Something about a sex tape. There's some things time cannot erase. Somebody hates self. If you are doing this, there is something. Addiction is a disease. It's an outlet for somebody that doesn't want to deal with the inner turmoil, what is causing the root cause to the addiction. When the tables turn, don't lose your appetite, baby. Eat that like I did. There is a traitor involved. Somebody will snitch. There is screenshot evidence. When a funeral brings a family reunion. I hate to say it, but funerals, weddings, are usually the two big factors that families reunite. With every death should bring life. Like I said in the beginning, a reset, an ending, a tower moment that brings new life. Died out of nowhere. Wasn't sick, not an accident, not murder. Lots of death energy. Somebody's going to get that call. And it is going to be a change in a town where they don't use who they know. Hopefully where they don't use who they know for bad power play. Somebody is losing power. They are going to hate an individual less. Remind me. Somebody is going to be reminded. Something about a maroon car or a red car. Oh man, we had one more night. Close that chapter. It was bent. Close that chapter. We have everything we need, collective, to handle the hard things in our life. It doesn't mean that people won't make it harder. But if you look back, collective, on all the things that you have survived, if I look back on all the things that I have survived, it proves on how strong we are, how capable we are. And unfortunately, a lot of us go through harder days. But Spirit says don't give up. The tower is going to hit and it's going to hurt. I know in my past there has been many moments where the tower hit and it hurt, and I stood there looking at the pieces of my life, asking, screaming at the sky. But something in me didn't allow me to give up. It taught me to let it go, to release a situation, to release an energy, to release a feeling, to release emotion, to sit with an emotion. There's this white thing in my hair. I don't know, it's a white hair. Wisdom. Remind me. It's a lot. A decision made in haste is soon regretted. I say it all the time. Do not rekindle situations. Do not jump back into addictions. If you at all possibly can, decide not to. Do not emotionally react to a situation, because you don't know if that decision you are making is going to be the decision that is the end. A weekend on the water drinking. There is going to be a child who was in. The song just changed. Traveling Soldiers, the Chicks. She's a little star, so she's giving it to. Be present in life. Don't just let life pass you by. Don't stay in this energy. I got no one to send a letter to. Somebody feels so alone. Somebody is at their wit's end. Don't give up. Don't give in, Spirit says. Alright. 24, 33. I organized my cart, my Pandora's box, so that's pleasant. The letter says the soldier's coming home. We might be loving all of the things. Don't do drugs and overdose. Christine, all I ever wanted was to say I love you. Everyone gets three. Everyone gets 3 chances. I used to believe in that, but the more that I have awakened to certain energies, to situations in my life, to people who have repeatedly shown me, the more I realize that the choice for me is you get one. You get one time to prove yourself. Something about twin girls. You get one time to prove yourself. But Spirit says somebody has had multiple chances. They've had plenty of time to change. He was my best friend. The letter D. No honor. The name Grumpy or nickname Grumpy Day Day. There is jealousy in a situation. Nyala. Her power only grows with your hate. For the love of a traveling soldier. Somebody needs to stop entertaining fear. When you are entertaining fear, when you are living in fear, that is what you are manifesting. What you put your energy to, what you put your thoughts to, what you're always worried, that is what you're manifesting. Something was premeditated. Hopefully not a hot shot, not somebody is going to die for them. Chose to die for them. Soldiers coming home. Cut from a different cloth. Bump, bump, bump. That's where the heart is. One of my favorite movies. 555. Tower Moments. Fine. Somebody will be triggered. Janice Schulenberg. Somebody is lying on the collective, but they don't realize that they will defend themselves. They will have many moments to defend themselves. Make sure you are checking everything off of the list, dotting your I's and crossing your T's, because there's always a way for the collective to defend themselves. There will be evidence. Buried. Spirit says, grab your popcorn. I said yesterday there was a sequence of events. Grab your popcorn, collective. Theodore? What if they could control your fate based on how you treated them? What if somebody could control your fate? Let's just discard. What if the gods, the divine, gave the power that you hold over the karmics, the people who use power, and the people who choose to hate, to choose to hurt? What if the roles were reversed and the divine gave them the choice to handle your life as you have handled theirs? How would you feel then? Would you be scared? Something is buried. Cowboys cry too. Things, people believing they still have crap to prove in a small town. Guilt is eating somebody alive. Guilt is the best. Guilt is the motivator. There is a past event that is causing this current energy. Something that happened in the past. Too many miles trying to ride out all the sadness. $31.01. Somebody took it too far. Collective. The angels, the divine. Somebody is prepared for war. Something about a school zone. The gods are involved. The gods are prepared for war. Somebody is sleeping with an individual's exes. There is a bad dad. There is a bad dad deflecting, attacking people possibly in his schools. That's a lot. Let me shorten this pile a little bit. There has been too much hazing on an individual. There has been too much done to an individual. There has been too many wolves in a person's life. The name is a wolf with an E. If you get 3 things off the top of your list each day, you are winning. So prioritize right. Prioritize smart. Cowboys got to stormy. He's talking about a storm that cleanses the area. A storm could actually be a storm, but a storm could also mean an energy, a bunch of events clustered together that cause a big storm for somebody's stormy life. Athena. Lisa. Tyler. Owens. Kurt. Stapes. Anna. Annie came out yesterday. And then when I was organizing my cards and mixing them all up and getting them back stacked up nicely so they were easier to pull from, Annie popped out again. And it was left outside of the box. It was just sitting underneath. Never stop. Somebody won't stop. There is a situation that is going to make a person stop. Whether they sit down because of the law or an ending. Medusa. John. Nicoletti. Joshua. Joyce. Something about a Honda. Somebody who has a demon attachment. Roger. An automotive worker. And a dog dies. Yesterday, somebody's came out that a pet dies as well. There is a message. Hermes Messenger. Hermes messages. Message in the music. There is a message that will come to an individual. A feeling, an intuitive nudge. Pay attention. Robinson. Cora. 80s. Somebody with blue eyes. Needs to read the fine print. Hawthorne, Nevada. Somebody will be caught. Lankin. Andy. Parker. One more pile, guys. And then we're going to end this. The stranger is me. Are you proud of you? Are you proud of how your life looks? Or will the tower be what you need to cleanse an energy? Remember to continue to fight for yourself. Don't give up. Came out twice. Don't revert to certain situations. Somebody's ancestor, somebody's angel is coming out. Somebody's guardian angel. Fire came out. Burn it. Burn the situation down. I'm not telling you to burn anything down. I am telling you to rid yourself of an energy, to separate yourself, to build a boundary, to go somewhere where no one knows you and change your life. Because it beats where you're at now. It beats what you're feeling now. It beats the situation. Let go of something you cannot control. Ray. Empath. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't join into we used to be the life of party. Do not join in just because everybody else is doing it. So just because everybody else you're around is doing it. Just because your spouse is doing it. Something about bank. Something about taxes, and somebody built over a grave. Prickler. Demon again. Demon attachment. Death energy is near. Death knocking. Jailer lets inmates. Bird. Somebody is going to be the talk of the town, or is already the talk of the town. Johnston. When the lightning strikes, when the tower falls, when the Jenga's pieces fall all over. Harrison. Somebody in their 20s. If I can't have you, no one will. Somebody needs to let go of a situation. There is an insurance agent involved in this. Or Willis. Jeff. So the truth you know, a pathway is what you seek. Somebody is on point with their messages. I can feel it coming. Somebody knows that a situation draws near. Whatever that situation is for you, collective, for you, karmics, in the collective's life. You're the reason why there's no whiskey inside this house. Kevin. Letter K. Kevin. 40. 408. That's new. First time. 408. Something could happen at 408. That could be the month of April on the 8th day. Something could happen August 4th. 8:04 p.m. a.m. 408 came out. GCS. I want you in the worst ways. So we have bag, something about gab or gabs. It's an S here, sorry. Sag, we're talking about a Sagittarius. I'm hearing jealousy, so we don't have an E. Something needs to be say. Gab, say, talk. I want you in the worst ways. If I can't have you, nobody else will. No one will. Hopefully there is not an individual who is going to hurt another individual, hot shot, because they are not wanted. No. Not what? Spell it out for us. Spell it out for me. Not wrong. Some things you cannot dive that deep into to find out, because it is human energy that will try to stop the situation. Die. DIY. DIY. And I'm hearing fate. DIY fate. With deceit comes calming. Oh. Cold card. GSR. Big. Five. Oh. 45U. 454U. No sacrifice. Anything else? For you. Something is for you. Anything else? Last. Okay. The final act, the last. No stone unturned. Sacrifice Elton John. A cougar could be involved. Amna. Stuck. A sacrifice. It's too hard living in separate worlds. Alright, you guys. Pay attention to the signs. There is a tower happening.